Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Dominic here on My Late Daily Dads. Solo for right now. Anyone in the chat, say hi, say hello, good morning. Where's everybody at? Over on Facebook, Twitter. Where are you at? Just say hi. Drop me a comment. I want to know who's out there. Today's a special day, but I'm not sure if our guest of honor is even going to show up. It is Ryan Turner's birthday, the one and only Ryan Turner. He's taken the last 2 days off from the stream after going incredibly hard, something like 220, 240 days in a row doing this show. He's taken a couple days off, but I don't know how many. And so I'm here taking over today. We are going to talk about stuff. Yeah. And if anyone wants to come up, I can try to drop the link. That's fine. But we're here. Let's, if anyone wants to comment or leave some gratitude for me, I'll get into that next. My gratitude is incredibly simple. I had a procedure done, had a tooth extracted on Friday, so I'm just grateful that we had a chill weekend at home with the family. We didn't have any plans this weekend. There's nothing on the calendar that we're scheduled to do, so I don't have to, I could just hang out, try to figure out how to eat soft, mushy food, and relax and, get through the pain. Good morning, BroFit Brian. How you doing? What's going on, buddy? I miss your face. I miss talking to you. We need to set up a call soon, sir. But yeah, that's my gratitude. What's yours? Let me know. Oh, another thing I'm grateful for, of course, today. I'm grateful for Ryan Turner. That dude's a gem. I don't know if you know that, but I know that. He is a very special human. I would love it if he would just magically appear on screen so I can tell him to his face. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to track when Turner came into my life fully, but he's just a gem. Everyone who's watches this show knows he's got a very special way about him. Very, very eager, very persistent, very curious. He loves to do things. Dude's active. So yeah, I'm grateful for Ryan Turner. What's up, Robbie? Good morning. How you doing? Morning, morning, morning. Yeah, so that's that's where I'm at. You know, these things go short. There's just one person up here talking to himself, I guess. Oh. But yeah, I hope Ryan's just been whisked away for a sweet birthday weekend. Uh, and that's the reason why he's not here with us today. I know he had, what did he send me? Sent me a picture the other day of him with his girls. They went to like a little Lego store or something like that. So I know he's hanging out in the snow because I saw them in their snow gear. But yeah, we're here. What are we up to, Robbie? What's your gratitude for today? Help me out. Someone help me out. I'm drowning here. I don't like this talking alone stuff. It's very weird. I'm in my garage, all alone. It's 5:30 a.m. My family's not even awake. Profit. Gratitude. My daughter Haven. She's pure joy, and we get to celebrate her third birthday today. It's tomorrow, but the party is today. There you go. It's birthday weekend. Birthday weekends are fun. What does what's she into right now, other than being a pure joy and light in your life? Like, what's her thing? Is there a theme for the party? Is it at your house? You guys going somewhere? What's going on in the BroFit family house, the Lang house? Craig, how's it going, buddy? Good evening. Good evening. Robbie is grateful for early morning coffee and dog. Back from a work trip. Yeah, I heard that. You're back? You're back with your two girls. How was that? Makes the weekend so much better when you can be back with your girls. I know you talk. Oh man, I don't know how you do it, Brian. I honestly don't know how you do it. That would make me feel so awkward, talking and working out at the same time. Yes, you do it, and you do it well, man. You do it really well. I'm just glad you guys can hear me because like there's no there's no noise uh, that allows me to know that I'm being heard other than you guys talking back. You're in the chat. Craig, everyone's weekend, I don't know, but my weekend's been good. My weekend's been good. Like I said, I got a tooth pulled. It hurts. I woke up this morning at 3:45 because the medication had worn off and it was hitting like hard. So I jammed downstairs and grabbed some medicine. Yeah, 42 years old, that Ryan guy. And BroFit, a princess party. Of course. And BroFit's going to dress up like a muscular, handsome princess. And that's what we all want in life. Yeah, Ryan's 42 today. Well, our today, Craig. I don't know if you're Monday yet. I think you're pretty close. I have no idea what's going on with fires. I just watched some sort of quick thing that looked like an interview, or where they're saying a couple months to clear all the toxic and maybe 18 months to clear all the debris, and then they could, get started. And, that's kind of, coming from the construction perspective, the people that I've been talking to, I think they're going to start with doing that. They got to start with cleaning it, getting to a good zero, and then start building the infrastructure of the towns, the roads, the gas stations, the stuff that normal people need to live, then, schools, low income housing, and then residential. We've been hearing, because I have a friend who has had jobs in Palisades that literally got burnt down while they're in construction. And he's told me that this city has said that if the people are going with their same exact plans that they just had approved, they could have their permit in 6 months. But in theory, they wouldn't be able to do anything in 6 months if the land's not clear and the power grid's not up, and some of the sewer systems got, the roads got so heated that they melted down and messed up the sewer system. So I think there's a lot more infrastructure work that's going to need to be done uh, before anyone starts actually getting like their houses back. So I see it as a couple years, 5 years, maybe 2 to 5 years. So it's Ryan and Brian's birthday. Now, it's Ryan Turner's birthday today, and it's Brian's daughter's, I think he said, third birthday tomorrow, but they're celebrating today by Brian dressing up like Princess Fiona or um, the Shrek version. Yeah, he's going to paint himself green and everything. Yeah, exactly. All right. So I guess I'm alone. Blaze is taking his kids somewhere, so we might see some car Blaze action. I don't know where Jason is. I'm worried about Jason because I've been hearing things about him uh, not getting out of bed in the morning to do his workouts. I mean, come on. Come on, Jason. Get up. Do it. Yes. Hulk with a dress. There you go. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. I'd pay to see that. On Brofit's OnlyFans page, you can see Brofit Hulk in a dress. All right. Today is January 26th, also known as Ryan Turner Day. The reading is about marriage. So this is an interesting one. Show them what a good marriage looks like. I know we've talked about this, we've touched on this a little bit here and there, but yeah, you definitely need to show them a good marriage. And obviously that's harder for some people, single parents. So we're not going to go there just yet. I could go there because that's what I grew up with, right? So I grew up with a single mother, so I didn't know what a good marriage looked like. Um, so I do struggle with that a lot with marriage. My mom was married two more times during my childhood hanging out. So I saw marriage. I don't think they were good ones because they ended. So yeah, I had made a promise to myself that I wouldn't do that. So that's why it's one of the reasons why I built or have been trying very hard every day to continue to build a strong marriage with my wife. And I think we do a pretty good job. There's definitely been days, months, weeks, years where we've not been our best, but we've gotten through them. We try to keep as open of a communication as possible between the two of us. We don't really share much in front of our kids. We kind of keep our stuff private and out of our kids' eyes. I think we want them to enjoy childhood, enjoy the wonder and mystery of how it all gets put together, and put on the happiest face possible. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. That's just the way we do it. Um, our kids see us together. Our kids see us go on dates. Like I said, we have a 16-year-old. We trust her to watch the younger ones, and so we ask her. We try to do it weekly, but it's not weekly. Every other week, something like that, to watch the littles for us, so that we can go out and enjoy some alone time, grab a dinner, catch a movie, whatever. So yeah, that's important. I know that. Um, we get each other gifts most of the time. I bring my wife flowers every now and then. I I I don't know how to. Someone get rid of that comment for me if you can. I don't think I can do it in the StreamYard app for some reason. Where are my? Where's my beautiful mods? And where was I at? Don't click on those cheap views, though. Okay, it's not Hulk in a dress. I promise you that. All right, sorry. Where are you at, Craig? Don't worry. If you are unhappy, no matter how much you try to hide it from them, they will see it. Yeah, I agree. 100%. It's a vibe. It's a thing. When you're in an upset position, or you're having a argument or fight from your with your significant other, um, you're a little bit more snappy towards your kids. Like, they can tell the difference um, between you happy. Uh, it's the same thing with work, right? Like, if you're like not having a good day at work, and you bring it home, no matter how much you try. And I I'm pretty good at like separating myself, but even me, um, it still comes in. It's still a vibe. They pick up on it. You're not the same. They're not the same. Yeah, it's like that. It's a thing. So best course of action is to just put it out there, right? Your kids don't understand everything, but they do. They will start to understand the more you talk to them, that it's just the way life is. You go through hard times in work, in life, with significant others. And the more that you tell them, the more that you inform them, the better off they're going to be at uh, understanding that when they come to it, because they get little soft versions of that in school, with their friends, with their fellow students, bullies, teachers, from their siblings. So, the more that you're open and talking about it, the the better the better you can all fix it or work on it together. You're creating a higher level of emotional intelligence in your children when you're speaking with them about stuff. So, yeah, it's a good thing. You learn through everything you go through. So, yeah. All right, that's my soapbox for now, right? Craig. Yep, divorced when your youngest was 12. Okay. So, yeah, that's a tough one. We know that. Gone, I got it. Okay. Yep, they're smarter than us. Yep, they're smarter than any of us. They are smarter than any of us know. I guess I should just read the whole sentence. Oh, all right. Well, I was wanting to have people come up and celebrate Ryan, and the guy just he didn't want to show up today to get his happy birthdays. All right, Ryan. Well played, sir. Well played. I'll get you tomorrow. I'll find you. I will find you. Um, no, but like I said, I hope he's doing something fun. I hope he's just out there with his family and just asking them a million questions, and they're just answering them in detail, and he's getting everything he wants. I feel like he's a question guy. Love that. So, um, anybody else have any input on show them what a good marriage looks like? Hmm? Craig, do you think you showed your kids a good marriage? How are your kids in their marriages? Are they good? I'm going to wait here for you to type, Craig. Let's see. What else can I talk about? Yeah, I don't know. I got lost. I was on a little rant. I was going good for a while. I'm sorry to the 49 of you that are watching, 50 of you that are watching that are just seeing me blank right now. Okay? And I don't think I've pinned enough comments so that those of you on the other platforms have been seeing that I'm not just making up these other names. These are people on Twitch. This is my friend Craig. He's here talking to me. I can come up and say hello for the last 10 minutes if you want. So Craig, I'm worried that if I post this link that I'll get some weirdos up here. Then what happens? Then what happens, Craig? But I'll do it because it's Ryan's account. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen, right? But yeah. Hello, Dylan. Good morning. Good morning. Kids seen us navigate disagreements. I know, Jason. Are you doing that? They aren't married yet. First wedding is. Greg's getting grandbabies and weddings. God, Craig, I can't wait till that time in my life, man. Grandbabies. Oh, I can still not. Where's the hack? What's up? Craig with the fan.
Hello. Yeah, I'm going to move away. It's freaking hot here. I think it was 102 today.
Yeah, get out of here. You know what happened to us today? I forgot to tell everybody about this, but we got weather in California. It rained.
Oh, wow. And it's funny you say that. Because we had, during the week last week, we had 3 days, like 111, 109, 110. And then the following day, it was 107, but it rained while it was 107.
Oh, wow.
It was so bad. The humidity was killing. But
yeah, that sounds.
Yes, no, I wanted to come and say something because I grew up opposite to you. Like, I had a mum and a dad who were the most amazing parents, loving, constantly showed love. My grandparents, who are both dead now, were like the consummate marriage, right? They were. Yeah. They held hands till the day they both died. They were just constantly in each other's presence, like always showing love to the grandkids, to the family, to everything. So I grew up the opposite. I saw what it was like to show true love, and I carried that into my marriage. And we were married for 22 years, and it was only the fact that I was working a fly-in, fly-out job, so I was away for 26 days at a time, and then I was home so my roster was 26 days on and 9 days off. So for 7 years, I only saw my family. I only saw my family 9 days out of every 35.
Yeah.
So we just grew apart over those 7 years that I did that for. And, we came to the realization at one point, like, we never had a fight, never had an argument. It wasn't anything. Neither of us cheated on each other. There was no animosity, no hatred or anything. And we just got to a point in our lives where, we sat down one night and decided that, the people we were when we met at 17, we weren't those people anymore. What we wanted when we were 17 was no longer what we wanted in our lives anymore, So we both decided to just take a break. What's up, brother? Oh, he's not there. So yeah, we decided to take a break for 6 months and come back. And then when we enjoyed our life for those 6 months so much separately that we came together and, we said that, that was it. We were done, and that we would never hate each other, that we would show the kids that, you don't have to live together to still love each other. Yeah. And that we were just no longer in love with each other, but we still loved each other, So, she still was my best friend right up until September 3rd this year when she died. And she knew that if she needed anything, she could call me regardless. And over those because we separated in 2012. So over those 12, 13 years that we weren't together, you know, we were still in each other's presence. We still had the kids, you know, we still had to make sure that every event and party we went to together for the kids, you know, people didn't see us as, you know, divorcees that hated each other or, so yeah, it was like completely different. And I mean, I sit here blessed that, you know, my divorce wasn't the traditional divorce.
Yeah.
That we didn't fight, you know, and there was no court. We didn't go to court. Everything was done amicably and split outside of court. There was no child custody. You know, we agreed on the custody between us. And, you know, whereas I watch friends and family that go through the opposite, you know, they're in and out of courts and they're fighting and bickering and they hate each other and the kids just suffer, you know. So, and that's what I was saying before in that message, that it doesn't matter what you do, the kids know. Like they're smarter than we think they are. So if you're happy, they know. If you're sad, they know. If you're fighting with mum or, you know, your parents are fighting, they know. You can't hide it. They aren't stupid. And, you know, we always put on the front that we did the same as you, Dom. We always had our discussions and our heavy debates outside of their presence, you know, after they'd gone to bed at night time or in our room when we were together. But they still knew. They know what's going on. You know, kids are very smart. And even, I think my daughter was 12 when we divorced. So the last 2 years, so from 10 to 12, you know, they knew that mum and dad weren't happy together and that, you know, and it's funny because, and again, I don't want to steal the mic for too long, but it's funny, you know, we agreed when we were going to divorce that we would go to each other's families and tell the parents together. So, you know, I went with her to her parents and she came with me to my parents. And so they could see that it was a mutual thing. And so I rang my mum and I said, oh, you know, what are you doing tomorrow? And she said, oh, nothing. I said, you want to come round for dinner? And she said, is everything okay? I said, yeah, everything's okay. Just come round for dinner. We've got something to tell you. And when we told her, she said, we already knew. She said, we knew 5 years ago this day was coming. So, you know, it's just one of those things that it's life, you know?
Yeah.
Not much you can do about it.
No, I mean, it sounds like you guys handled it. I mean, I don't even know what to say, man. That's like what you'd want it to be handled like. But I think that's like the 99.9 out of 100 go the other way.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying. You know, I've got a friend who, my best mate, you know, that I met when I was 11 years old. He's still my best friend today. You know, he cheated on his wife on a vacation in Vegas, and you know, their divorce was spiteful and hateful, and you know, his own daughter, who's my goddaughter, didn't even speak to him for 4 years after, you know, wouldn't answer his calls, you know, wouldn't go and spend time with dad when he had custody, just blatantly refused. And, you know, she's come good now. She's got a baby and she's 24. So she's sort of put her tail between her legs and come back to dad to say, you know, I will never accept what you did, but I've learned to deal with it. And, you know, we can still have a relationship. So I watched him go through that 4-5 years where, you know, he struggled not having his daughter in his life. You know, so we were blessed, definitely blessed.
Yeah. Hey, Jason.
Can you hear us?
I don't know.
Nope. So yeah, but everyone's different, right? So you know, I always say to people that there's not a single marriage in the world that's the same as any other marriage. You know, it's what you make it. It's how you treat each other. And I actually sent my daughter the other day. I can't remember the lady's name, but she has this thing, and I think I've mentioned it in a stream before, that she has this 100% rule in a marriage. So, you know, if you and it works where, you know, one day you might come home from work, Dom, and you've only got 20% left in you after your day.
Yep.
And she says, well, then it's my job to pick up that 80% so that we're giving to the kids the full 100. And you know, on the next day she might only have 15%, so it's his job to pick up the other 85. You know, so and you know, I think that's a great way to look at it. That, you know, it's not 50-50. You know, it's giving 100%, regardless of who gives it.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, I
having trouble.
agree. I've heard that model. I haven't quite explored it, but you know, I know that we don't have the percentage model, but when my wife needs me, I'm there, and when I need her, she's there. So
Yeah,
it's just yeah, the defining it that way, I feel like, is really neat. Takes a little bit of self-awareness puts a little self-awareness into the picture, and then yeah, putting a number on it. It's interesting for
yeah,
sure.
and I mean that works for you guys, you know, and it may not work for it may not work for Blaze and his wife, or you know, Jason and
Yeah,
his wife, Jay and his wife. So you know, what works for one is not going to work for everybody. So it's finding what works for you guys.
mm-hmm.
You know? And I mean, I'm not. I don't have a partner. I'm not in a relationship now, and I'm quite happy about that. Trust me, I'm at that stage in my life now where, you know, with everything that's happened in the last year for my family, that you know, I don't need to be waking up every morning and worrying about someone else's happiness. You know, I'm focusing on my own at the moment. So, you know, my daughter's trying to set me up with her friends' mums and also, and I'm just like, I'm okay. It's okay, Megan. I'm good. I'm good. She's like, yeah, but Dad, you need a lady in your life. I said, I've got you, and I've got Ava,
Dad,
my
you're just on the
granddaughter now.
internet talking to strangers, Dad. We're worried about you.
Oh, so yeah, so
You're
yeah,
buying little cards with cartoon characters on them, Dad.
she every time a package arrives on my door, my daughter says to me, "What shit have you bought now?"
You're like,
Because it's
honey,
funny, like
I'm not married, and I don't have any kids. I got disposable income, baby.
it's funny because these custom cards, people don't realize like the amount of money that it cost me to actually make these custom cards in terms of, you know, buying all the craft stuff and the things to make them. It's
Yeah,
it's a lot of money, right? I spend a lot of money every month on craft stuff, and I mean I get it from China from one of my suppliers, so I get it dirt cheap. But you know, it's just, and she's always saying to me, Dad, what are you wasting all your money on all that stuff? I said, yeah, but this is my release. This is what I like to
it's
do in my
fun.
spare
Yeah,
time
yep.
to take my mind off all the other shit in the world. You
Well,
know?
that's what, like, when you said the other day, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go do some cards for myself. I was like, isn't it 10 p.m.? It's like it's your way of meditating yourself, you know, into a restful sleep.
This is my current one. I'll show you. It's not finished or even halfway finished, but you'll like this one. This is the next one that's coming. This is my Christmas theme entrepreneur elf. Look, oh, the elf's going to fall out, but it's,
Okay.
he's got
Yeah, the little lights on the side.
Christmas lights around him with the elf
Yeah.
in the middle. So yeah. Don't ask me where I come up with this shit from, but I do.
It's creative, man. It's creative juices that are in you.
Yeah, it's my release.
Love it. Yep.
It's better than you know, going and buying a carton of beer or some marijuana or something, because I don't smoke and I don't drink. So
yeah,
you know, it's my release. I could be wasting my money on a lot of other shit.
You could be like Brofit. You could be working out and talking to yourself, painting yourself green for a party.
Yeah, Princess Fiona. I could be Princess Fiona, or I could be the donkey. I could go with him as the donkey. But it's funny you say that, because when my kids were growing up, they loved the Wiggles. Do you know who the Wiggles are?
Uh-huh.
So my kids loved the Wiggles. Being Australian, the Wiggles were from Australia here. They loved them. And my brother at the time was the Australasian director of Warner Roadshow Entertainment.
Okay.
And they were the agents for the Wiggles. So the Wiggles came. The Wiggles used to come here once a year for a concert, and you know, my brother would give us tickets, and you know, we'd get like VIP access, meet the Wiggles and all that. Anyway, one year he gave me a challenge that I had to dress up like one of the Wiggles and take my daughter. So he went and got me the full costume with the official Wiggles costume, right, that they actually wear on stage. He got me one of them. So I dressed up as this blue Wiggle. I think his name was Anthony the Wiggle, and went to the entertainment centre, and there was 15,000 other people there, and I was the only one that had a blue Wiggles official shirt. I felt like an absolute idiot, and I'm standing there singing and dancing with my daughter at the front of the stage, because we had VIP seats right at the front row. So I'm at the front, in between the stage and the seating, dancing with my daughter, and all these ladies are coming up to me. Where'd you get the shirt? Where'd you get the shirt? And I was like, if I was single, I was set, but it was just the most embarrassing thing in my life. So, Brofit, if you're going as Fiona, I feel your pain, brother.
That's hilarious. But those things are fun. Like your kid saw you as like a star,
an idiot,
like a star of the show. Everybody coming up to you.
Yeah, it was so funny.
That's good times.
Yeah.
Whew. All right, Craig. Thanks for coming up.
No worries.
I love talking to you, man.
Always good talking to you guys.
See your face and hang out, and stop me from sweating up here alone in my garage.
What's on the agenda today for you before you go?
I got to figure out how I'm going to eat the rest of the week. I usually meal prep and barbecue on Sundays for being away at work. But it's A, raining, so no barbecue today, and B, like this whole tooth thing, like I'm not supposed to be eating anything. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to be eating protein, so I just got a bunch of liquid protein, like protein drinks and stuff like that.
Yep.
Because other than that, I'm just eating noodles and mashed potatoes and beans. I mean, beans are a good source of protein, so that'll work. But yeah, so it's just a day of hanging out. Maybe go walk out in the rain. How about you, man? Oh, you're going to bed.
No.
So
yeah, no, it's 10 o'clock, but we just spend the day like we're just doing the chores around the house at the moment, gardening and stuff. But I had my third steroid injection in my thumb on Friday.
yeah.
So I'm not allowed to do anything with my right hand for 72 hours.
Okay.
So it's just I've got that. They call it, I don't know what you call it over there, but it's like synovitis. I've got a ruptured tendon that runs from my top of my thumb there down like that. It's ruptured in here.
Yeah.
And they've been treating it for 6 months with like steroid and cortisone.
Yeah.
So Friday was the third treatment for it, and hopefully this time it'll work and it'll come good.
Okay.
So it's old man disease. Old man disease. What my son calls it.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's life.
Yeah. All right, on, man. Have a good sleep.
Enjoy the day.
Chat with you tomorrow. I'm sure I'll see you online.
I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay. See you, everybody.
Take care, people.
Whoever's out there. See you. Have
Mugs
a good
and
day,
hearts.
everybody.
Mugs and hearts.
Mugs full of gratitude and hearts full of coffee. Let's go. See you guys.